Right there, Japan, welcome. Right, I'm going to give you some advice on using ultrasonics to clean motorcycle parts. For my job, I'm a professional jeweler, yeah, so we polish jewellery and then afterwards all like back of the diamonds and stuff is all caked in polish, so we use ultrasonic cleaners to shift all the built up polishing compound on all the stuff we just polished. So yeah, using these a lot, been using them for like 20 odd years, so I know a little bit about them. We use different types over the years, like bought them for companies and stuff, so I kind of know what you spend and the performance you get. So the one we had at work cost 750 quid, like call it $1,000. The same size as this, better in every way, like better build quality, better design, all the controls and stuff really strong, worked really well, more powerful buzz, but $1,000. This one was like 100 quid, like $150 off Amazon. Not that much worse. For something to have at home that's really useful, you haven't really got to spend a lot of money. So this one was from Amazon, cost like just under 100, like 97 quid or something. It works probably 80% of the power of that really expensive proper bit of like jewelry making kit. So yeah, well worth the money, I think. And the buttons are starting to crumble away, and I've had this 3 years now. It's still working fine, but just like the buttons have gone a bit cracked. That's my only kind of fault with it. But timer, display, the heating, the buzzing, everything's working fine. So I'll give you a bit of advice on using these. You don't need no fancy equipment that they probably sell with the kits. Just a stick, or if you've got a strong bit of cable is good, because you can bend it over the side, stops it moving about when it's just on. These plastic coated paper clips, use these a lot. I used to work in a really exclusive high-end, like handmade bespoke jewelers in London. We use these, like there's no fancy equipment for using these ultrasonics. So you just get a plastic coated paper clip, bend it into little S shapes, perfect little hooks on there, and then what you do is, ideally you don't have things banging about or buzzing about on the bottom, so I just bend them specifically for whatever I'm hanging on there, so it's like in the water. I have actually got this float bowl. I said I don't like putting things on the bottom, but I have just dropped this in there. These ultrasonics usually come with a kind of tray, kind of like grid that sits over there, but it's still buzzing about on the bottom of that grid, so it's still metal against metal at the end of the day. But anyway, yeah, specifically about using the ultrasonics, I set mine to about 60 degrees C. You want it hot, but not, you want it probably too hot to put your fingers in, but not so hot it's just still steaming away, because they will get really hot, like 80, 90 degrees. It's too hot, they just steam away and you lose all the water really quickly. So yeah, about 60 seems to work, maybe 65 would be good. Basically, the hotter the water, the more effective they are. But they are limited on the power, like this sort of cheapest one. So what I've done is use carb cleaner to clean the parts, get a soft toothbrush, just agitate all the bits in there, and then ultrasonic it, and it should shift things reasonably quickly. So if you are having things that are not shifting, you really want ultrasonic, or it's just so difficult to get to, trying bits of wire, trying brushes, carb cleaner, nothing shifting it. So you're really relying on the ultrasonic to clean it for you, but it's not doing it. There are kind of little tricks you can do to get more power out of them. I would recommend lowering the amount of water. Less water that is in there, the more power it's got to actually shift that water and buzz it about. Have as fewer things as possible. Some people like putting stuff in a sieve, putting that sieve in the water takes loads of power out. So hanging things on hooks gives you the maximum amount of power. If you can hang them in the water, it's better than on the bottom as well. What else was I going to say? Yeah, have it hot as possible. Lower the water, not too much obviously. You don't want to break it or overheat it or anyway. Shift things first with carb cleaner. You want a strong solution of some sort of detergent. I don't know what this is. It's really good. It's just like top up for washing up liquid in Japan. But Platinum Fairy, sorry, is really good in England. Like the strongest stuff you can get. Buy the most expensive washing up liquid you can get, and that works fine. You don't really need proper chemicals. But there's one more thing you can do to increase the power of their ability to shift stuff. Get ammonia. Put ammonia in. It stinks. It's going to stink out your room or wherever you got the ultrasonic, but it really increases the power and it's like shifting capabilities. So yeah, strong detergent, hot water, lower the level a little bit, add ammonia, don't have too much in there, not buzzing on around on the bottom, and you've got the maximum potential for your ultrasonic then. And there are a few more things you can do to take it a step further to get even more power out of it. If you get a small jar full of acetone, you can put, as long as it's small parts obviously, you can put that in there and then just hold that jar in the ultrasonic, and then it's being buzzed around in pure acetone. That can help. Like we did that in the jewelers, because we'd get like tiny little broken bits of drill bit or burr and stuff stuck in rings, try and buzz them out. So yeah, soak them in really strong chemical and acid or anything. We would try loads of things. Another trick you might do for something bigger, if you get a Ziploc bag that's like sealable for like food, containing for keeping food, zip it up full of, I don't know what you might use, not ammonia, I think acetone might be better. white spirit, I don't know, some solvent that's not super strong. You can put bigger parts in that. Well, that would fit in a bag quite nicely. And then zip-block that up, and then just put that in your Ultrasonic. And then the air in the bag will probably make it float as well, so it might be quite handy to have it in there when you want to see it. But yeah, as for that, do all the things I said. Keep the water kind of clean. You can change the water often. The cheaper ones heat up a bit slower than the expensive ones, so put the lid on when you put fresh water in. Warms up a bit quicker. I've got this foil sticker on a board. I put that on the top, or just basically put a rag or a towel over it. It'll warm up quicker. Yeah, and that's it. Do all the things I said in this video, and you are using an Ultrasonic like a pro.